really ready to go.
Yeah, no, they went really fast. No extra time being used.
Look at those blind bands there. Moon Queen, Wild Soul, Wild Soul Ophelia. So Wild Soul
So
overlapping.
yeah, Pika taking a hint out of SG's book there with that Moon Queen Wild Soul. Wild Soul hated by both teams, really just not wanting to deal with God. And then, Ophelia just very powerful jungler in her own right, opens up a lot of strategies, especially combined with that Master of Arms spec.
Yeah. Yep. Don't want to have to deal with those two, let alone Ophelia, of course. And so she's going to be banned here outright. Again, you mentioned the Cats Gaming against NXLF. I'm actually blanking on exactly how that series went, but I do know for a fact, of course, we also got to see Cats Gaming at DreamHack. I mean, no doubt a team that is unique, and they have some fun strategies here. So looking forward to seeing, again, what they bust out on the table here. In a sense, they kind of have that hidden advantage where teams, as far as scouting them, it's a bit more difficult to scout a team like Cats Gaming, being, playing over there in the CIS region, where the North American European scene, it's considered a little bit easier to, scout out our team. So,
Right.
you could say that's kind of a favor for Cats Gaming there.
Well, yeah, and actually in that series back against NXLF, they actually won that game 2-1. They won that
Yeah,
series, I should
yeah,
say.
it was a 3-game series, yeah.
Yeah, it was a 3-game series.
Yep, it was definitely entertaining. Again, I do definitely remember it being a lot of fun to watch, but I
Oh,
forget the specifics. But look at that right there. Deb with the first pick coming out. Master of Arms, a very quick response. I mean, I'm blabbering on here, but this game is moving on pretty fast again.
yeah, I was gonna say the lock pool is interesting because okay, there's the Keeper Tempest sort of face off, but no
Mhm.
real counterpart to Rally. I would say maybe if Rally's running a solo, you could look at a Pharaoh or a Hag as something that's sort of their counterparts. But normally, a lot of times you see like the Rally and the Deadwood locked up together, the Pebbles and the Fade, things
Yeah.
like that. So yeah, but mostly just looking at the Keeper Tempest again.
Hmm.
Uh, right here, they have to decide what the pace of their lineup is going to be. Once again, there are formidable solos and even a couple suicides available in the pool. They're looking at grabbing Keeper Tempest out of the lock pool. They have to decide whether they're running Master of Arms as a support or a. Yeah, okay, well, there you go. That sort of tells us already.
Yep. They got their support option there in Engineer, so Master of Arms more likely to be played in more of that farming role at least here for
Yep.
Cats Gaming. There's the snap pick, Keeper of the Forest. Very quick response in Tempest Pharaoh. And now the final pick going to be coming up for Pikachu. Man, again, this game is just flying along here with these no extra time used whatsoever between these two teams. Very
Right.
confident in their strategies.
I don't think. Well, I guess they are taking a little bit to decide here, but I was gonna say I'd just pick Rally at this point.
Seemed pretty obvious there.
Yeah.
So,
And, well, especially against the Pharaoh, man, that's just
mhm.
very powerful pick. Even against Tempest, man, someone's caught in. Pretty long stun range. You either push him out or more likely just push him into and stun the Tempest
Yeah.
as well. Just another
Very good tool for that.
viable retort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now getting a closer look at really both of these teams. I mean, you do look at you got Pikachu over here again, a team that refuses to tag up, but you got Pikachu over here, and when it comes down to their lineup, they don't necessarily have that hard carry option. But again, this is something we've seen a lot more of lately too. At the same time, I mean, they're more about it's definitely some strong initiation, some strong gank potential, and what could also be a pretty beefy team here on the Legion side, with heroes like Rally and Keeper the Force, and they got the double tree, so they got that working for them as well. So it seems like Pikachu did pretty good when it comes to the picking stage here.
Yeah, the farming torture too has a lot of room to sort of do his thing in these team fights, especially with the Keeper of the Forest lockdown allows him a lot of time to get all of his AOE off. Even that agonizing bond's pretty low cooldown there. I believe it's 6 seconds. So casting that a couple times right away within 6 seconds into a fight, tons of AOE damage coming out. So I do like how it works.
Yeah. Again, a reminder of what really is on the line here. Ultimately, it is a $30,000 prize pool here for the Sound Blaster Heroes League, this main event. I've been anticipating this for a while here with all the qualifiers and everything that was going out, with the invites. There's been a lot of giveaways for the community. I mean, this really just has been a lot of fun to cover this event. And, hopefully you guys at home have also enjoyed it. But, here we are at the main event. This matchup alone, though, is 1,000 gold on the line, in a sense. Because, again, if you win the first round, you're guaranteeing at least $1,000 for your team. So both of these teams, no doubt. I mean, let's be honest. Both these teams, not teams that are maybe favored to win this whole thing. So at the very least, getting $1,000 for playing a best of the three, you can be pretty happy with that. So I'm sure that definitely both these teams have their eye on the money there. as they
Yeah,
should.
pretty fun to note. We've been seeing Deadwood more often than not instead of going in that. We've seen him in the mid lane, sort of Deadwood plus support, a little bit here and there, but more often than not lately, we've been seeing him solo actually in that side lane, just because he's so difficult to contend with the last hits and a lot of great burst gank potential at level 6, so making it very easy to kill the hero in your lane and then get a tower push going.
Yeah. Yeah. The laning phase coming about now, and you do see some matchups that are happening. I mean, sure enough, that Deadwood short as you're talking about, going up against Pharaoh here, being played by Shiloh Styles, a fun name to say, so figured I would go ahead and do it. Torture Glacius against Engineer Hammerstorm here in the middle lane. Of course, the standout here for Pikachu is he got the double range opportunity and a lot of spam harassment. In fact, you see right off the bat at level 1, the Ice Imprisonment on top of the chain reactions, and Hammerstorm already down to close to half of his life. So a lot of early harassment, and expect that to keep up here, specifically from Pikachu's side, no doubt.
Yeah, just really, really powerful, strong range harass from that combination. They gotta be careful though. I mean, Torture does have a stun, but Glacia's still very squishy. They're both relatively fragile heroes, and we know what that Hammerstorm Engineer combo is capable of.
I know, with these international matchups, again, CIS, the Russian region here for Cats Gaming, I did just do a ping all right there. It's nothing drastic whatsoever. I mean, it's a very, very minimal difference. If anything, the latency that Cats Gaming is having to deal with is really not bad at all. So, just a quick glance at that, though, as far as whether or not that would be of a concern.
No.
So,
yeah,
not really, though, being a European matchup here, really.
It's between 90 to 150, so
Yeah.
that's
Not
something we all haven't had to deal
a
with.
big deal, yeah.
Yeah.
But so again, this middle matchup, however, I mean, you do got Hammerstorm Engineer, and you got Torture and Glacius, who are definitely fairly squishy, especially earlier on in the game. So they need to be a little bit careful in that sense themselves. There's actually Engineer going to protect the top rune. You see Glacius also up here, though, and now they're going to have a battle of the right-click auto attacks. It is going to be a regen rune, so not necessarily the biggest deal in the world. And he'll pick it up, but actually the Thunder Blast to quickly cancel it. So some mind games going on there between the main supports again, but in the end, not the biggest harm.
The Thunder Blast, I'd rather just done a quick combo in the lane between their spells, probably. But yeah,
decided to take it off there with the with the blast.
Mm-hmm.
Pharaoh, a little bit of pressure at the bottom lane, dropping about half life again, more than fine in the end. I mean, Deadwood versus Pharaoh. You think Pharaoh should actually have a decent time down here?
No, Pharaoh should lose the lane. I think Deadwood should still outlast it, and
Okay.
just using the log. I mean, the hero is just a monster to deal with when it comes to that. Yeah, Pharaoh, if he plays it well, puts enough harass on the wave, uses his Tormented Soul effectively, should be able to pick up creep farm. I think he should be doing a little bit better than 4 and 2 right now. I didn't get to see how the first couple waves played out. I definitely think Fuzi is playing the lane very well. But yeah, it should be overall in Deadwood's favor.
You got the top lane matchup, too. How about that? Rally's having a really good time here against Master of Arms. In fact, canceling the regen right there on Master of Arms. Going to put in some more auto attacks. Not get the kill just yet, but really applying the pressure. I mean, Rally right now 13-3 against an 8-1 Master of Arms, and every time it seems like I go look up here, MOA is the one that's taking quite a bit of pressure. So,
Yeah. Well, Rally running low on his mana now, so he has no way to actually get in and lay down the harass at this point. Used up a lot of his compels earlier on. He actually did a great job. He had a huge creep wave going to his tower at the start of the game, thanks to the Keeper of the Forest, and those tree dogs, and actually last hit very, very well at the tower.
yeah. So able to take advantage of that. Well played there by Buch. Buch, a player that's been around the scene for a long, long time. Always like to bring that up when we see him, because
It's true.
my first dream hack, actually, he played for a team called the Danish Dynamite way back then.
So you got to meet him.
Yeah, I got to meet him. Very first dream hack.
Yeah.
Definitely a memorable player because of that. So a lot of fun to watch. And yeah, like I said, he's been around the scene forever, so got to respect that.
Yes.
Double damage room bottled up here by Glacius. Of course, that bottle belonging to Torture. Going to go ahead and hand it off to him here in the middle lane so far. Deadwood, man, 25-17 down here. He is really tearing it up at this bottom lane.
Yeah. Very, very low monopool though. When he hits level 6, I don't think Pharaoh has to worry too much. Keeper of the Forest, haven't really taken a look at him compared to Tempest. Right now, it looks like actually Keeper slightly edging out the Tempest in farm, but I mean, it goes back and forth at this point. Not too big of a deal, but yeah, it does show Keeper of the Forest is doing a great job leveling up, getting really close to level 6 already. Ring of the Teacher almost complete. Not Ring of the Teacher, but Ring of Sorcery, I should say, almost completed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, again, keeping an eye on the junglers there. With that said, you can never forget about them, of course, especially in your good old classic Tempest versus Keeper of the Forest here that we have. 5 minutes into the game, there's the Pickled Brain purchase on Keeper. As you mentioned, Tempest, the Ring of Sorcery is now on the way. Side lane bottle coming up for Raleigh right here. We do see in the middle lane, though, combination on the Torture. That keg's on top of the turret, but not going to be enough damage. The turret, not the best of placement, honestly, and Torture is going to be able to survive, so... Good attempt, though. I mean, again, that could be a dangerous combination, especially against fairly squishy heroes in the middle lane.
Yeah, now they're forced on their back foot. Double damage rune activate on Torture. His health is back up, and they have to be careful. You saw the bottle, you said, flew out to Deadwood. I was complaining about how he didn't have any mana, so he's going to hit level 6, and he's sort of be dead weight. Not really. Ring of Sorcery on Keeper of the Forest. He's going to be able to use it on Deadwood if he wants, the Tree Brothers. And with that bottle, he's now definitely a threat.
Yeah. Look at this. 3 bottles on this Legion team. As I said, Raleigh also getting one here in the Suicide lane. So, not afraid to stack up the bottles here on the Legion side. But again, in its own right, just a great tool just for that early mana regen on heroes like Deadwood, like Raleigh. So,
yeah, he wanted to keep it up for the harass and the lane control. Which, more than anything, it's going to be harder now that Tempest is up here actually trying to push down the tower. We'll see if maybe some teleport support comes in.
Oh, Torture again in a lot of trouble. Bloodless kill. Yes, it is going to come out right there. Room 409 on the Engineer. Picks up the Bloodless kill. But at what cost right here? Hammerstorm in some trouble. Defense of Master's Call going to come out, though. He got rooted off to the side by Keeper of the Force. Not able to join them despite spawning the Tree Dogs. Hammerstorm is on the run. Now he's deep in enemy territory. He doesn't have a homecoming stone. And he runs right back into Keeper, turning around. Will Deadwood head over here? Oh, he's starting to come over now. Can Hammerstorm make the escape, though? Look at the Tree Dogs. Nier's going for the block. The hero block coming out, and Nier will get the block off. Hammerstorm's going to be forced to run right back into Dead with a Rotten Grasp attempt. Of course, Hammerstorm going to juke it, though. Galvanize going to be used. Did he actually make the getaway? No, he's not. Chain reactions come out, and Bow to Me will eventually fall. Got to give him credit for the attempt, man. But in the end, he falls. 4 heroes, though, were distracted. And you do see the top tower being taken out there in their favor.
Bottom lane though. Deadwood actually went straight onto Pharaoh. Pharaoh held the Hellfire up, full HP, walking away. Just wasn't enough. Deadwood just powered right on through it, punched him in the face, rooted him, and down he went. Just really couldn't survive worth a damn.
So, able to get the kill there in the bottom lane. Again, a couple of kills happening for the Legion side, but the tower kill in favor of the Hellbourne team. And once again, look at this. Hammerstorm resurrects. Look at that beautiful keg stun. Oh my god, that's got to be annoying for Mr. P right there. He got trapped right in this little crevice here against the ridge because of the keg stun. And he just eventually fell.
Very nice. But now that Hammerstorm's level 6. See, the thing is, I thought they were actually doing a great job. I'm like, okay, Glacius Torture, they're farming pretty well in the lane. We talked about why Deadwood's strong in that side lane, the kill potential and the instant tower push. It came out already, right there from the Tree Brothers, and moving forward. Meanwhile, Tempest ultimate used to actually drop Raleigh top lane.
I watched that actually. Raleigh was going for the kill. The Seismic Slam even used. He wanted to kill the Master of Arms, but Tempest came in at a clutch time. Put the stuns out. The goo was laid down, and you could see, man, that goo level 4. It was really doing some work there with the minus armor onto Raleigh, and then the Tempest ultimate, as you saw at the end, to eventually guarantee the counter kill. So Cats Gaming, a great response right there coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Pika was doing great in the middle lane. Torture was farming fine. They had decent lane control, what have you. And then Keeper of the Forest, he had level 6. I thought he was gonna rotate and actually set up a kill because it was getting to the point where the Hammerstorm NG lane was gonna get deadly. I thought they might be over aggressive in Keeper of the Forest there. They just timed it slightly off. That by the time Keeper got there, Torture had just died. Ended up wasting that root, and they just honestly they needed to have it in their head like, okay, there's a chance I'll die right here. Our Keeper's coming. Let me just play it safe and then bait it out instead of. Honestly, it was just, you got to play careful in those situations because it does set the pacing of the lane.
That's where communication and teamwork definitely comes into play. Falcon Punch used right there to guarantee the kill in a Hammerstorm. You did see a port coming in for Pharaoh, and now Dewa might be in some trouble. Wrath of the Pharaoh is up. Can he get it off right here? Master of Arms chasing, auto attack coming out. Where the hell's Pharaoh? He's still down here, actually. I thought for sure we were going to see the hook. There's the stunts from Tempest. Pharaoh, are you going to go, man? Are you going to go? Maybe not even necessary, I guess. Here comes the support from Glacius. Will Pharaoh going now, maybe? No, not just yet. Devil will end up falling. And now Torture is actually in a little bit of trouble for us. There's the Wrath of the Pharaoh. Great patience coming out from Shiloh Styles. He doesn't have enough mana, though, for the follow-up. Energy Field going to be used right there. Kexa going to be landed. Torture. Oh, the Nature's Field at the last second. Oh, the Fork Lightning response, though, from Master of Arms. Will take out Torture. Great root, though, coming up for Keeper of the Force. A big Seismic Slam, only hitting Master of Arms, but Engineer falling on top of that. And now the Hellbourne, or the Legion team, they're going to be the ones chasing. So Cats Gaming looking good there at the beginning, but all of a sudden now they're on their back foot, and it looks like Shiloh Styles is going to be able to make the getaway, though.
Yeah, Engineer made a sound decision to get that ultimate off just in time. I think he winded up, was it Torture or who was that? He caught someone with it at the end there. Winded up getting the kill because of
Yeah.
it, but yeah, excellent response coming out.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch right there. You know, I'm sitting here wondering why the hell Farrell's not using that ultimate, but again, they really did have the kill there on Deadwood, so not necessary, and
Yeah.
eventually able to set it up on Torture because of that. So yeah, that's why he's playing the game and I'm casting it in the end. Raleigh here at the bottom lane pushing it up.
There's a saying I like to use when I'm commanding a team or what have you, just to make sure you don't get greedy and just take what you can get and then don't wind up getting counter killed like that. I'm always like, one and done, one and done, one and done.
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes you get the 2-for-1 specials or the 2-for-none specials, but in general, the moral of the story is you shouldn't get too greedy or else your entire gank sort of just gets neutralized, as the enemy team does have a tower there. They are going to mobilize, and what is a sound gank can just wind up going sour.
Yeah. Deadwood here, 1,700 gold saved up, so obviously that all-important portal key timing is coming up for him. Yeah, actually, Keeper the Force just buying an Astrolabe right there, so he was pulling up plenty of gold himself, but now gets the earlier on Astrolabe on top of the Ring of Sorcery, so obviously he's showing off his good farm, but Deadwood is the top farm of the game at 382 gold per minute. He went to Steam Boots, the bottle, of course, but that portal key is definitely coming quickly here. And no doubt will be an impactful tool for the Legion team. But it does go back overall to this Legion side here in Team Pikachu that, you know, they don't have the hard carry that they're lying back on necessarily either. You know, Torture definitely sure can have a carry presence, but it is farm pretty minimal here early on, only 215 gold per minute. So Cats Gaming, on the other hand, they got a Master of Farms that's farming decent, 282, being played by FF here. And he's got his earlier on items. And actually, Cats Gaming grouping up as 5 now. They want to make some push happen. Tempest Ultimate is up, so they do have that threat at least.
Yeah, it's true. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Forest Ultimate also up. Well, really, everyone's ultimate is just ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a lot of devastation.
There you go. Deadwood jumping in with the new portal key, but now he's going to get turned on. Farrell comes in the background. Big Mummy will also really disorient everything. Nice compel, though. Going to be used by Raleigh, setting up a huge root and a good couple of counter kills right there. Farrell's now on the run. He's going to probably end up dropping, though. You see Hammerstorm on the run. It's a 4-for-0 exchange. Is it going to be a genocide here? Nice Hammerstorm stop, but the blocks from near once again using the tree locks. Compel going to miss, though, as well as the chain reactions, but Deadwood says, don't worry, I got this, as he lands a Rotten Grasp, and the genocide is complete from Pikachu as they lose 0. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you saw right there the power of that initiate. We talked about the Torture in combination with the Keeper and the rest of their team, that Ultra AoE coming out, how devastating it would be, and we saw it right there. Deadwood set up that fight. He got the root down. They tried to survive there. I think they had actually, they didn't even get Master's shields off, did they? Because I think didn't they initiate on him?
I don't think they did, yeah.
Yeah, no, its ultimate's still up right there, so just bursting him down right away. Keeper of the Forest getting the root off right at the tower. Raleigh following up, and just a nightmare for them to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely question a little bit, too, of Cats Gaming, the decision to just group up and push right there as a team. At that timing, it didn't seem like, you know, there was any holes to necessarily do that, and, you know, really, if you're going to do that, you just got to be confident that you have the better team fight, and clearly right there, especially with the jump factor. I mean, that was the new portal key. Deadwood hadn't shown that yet, so maybe that did catch Cats Gaming off guard.
Well, I think without a doubt it did. Still, they had to figure he was having a pretty good time, sitting at 400 gold per minute now, soloing that side lane, towers being pushed. I mean. Definitely a risky play. You can't argue that.
And you see Deadwood here in the middle, and then just following Hammerstorm. You just know something's going to happen. He's still level 10. If he was level 11 here, he might have already opened. But he wants to be sure, wants that support, if anything. Hammerstorm going back to the middle. Oh, he's now in a lot of trouble. Torture is nearby. There's the Falcon Punch, the Rotten Grasp. In comes Torture. The stun goes off from Hammerstorm, but it just doesn't matter. So great patience, though, coming out from Fuzi there, playing the Deadwood.
Yeah, he was pretty much tailing him perfectly. It was kind of funny to watch. Oh, God. I wonder if Hammerstorm just had chills up his back, just knowing something was coming. Just like when someone's watching you and you turn and you see that. It's
the spider senses that I like to talk about. Those spider senses tingling that you do see every now and then. The presence of mind.
I bet he had some chills going.
Yeah. That's where you just want to say to the spectator, run, damn it, run! He's right behind you!
Yeah.
You can't hear us, though. I've tried. Doesn't work.
You gotta cue the Jaws theme at that point.
Yep. We do see right now, Pikachu, they're in a very comfortable spot. And no doubt all goes back to the middle push. The 5-for-0 exchange of clearly at this point in the game, I mean, that is going to be impactful, and no doubt is. Hell, at any point it is. And you also got triple stack Ancients now being cleaned up between Mr. P and Near here. You got Fuzi joining the party, so going to spread it out a little bit, but I think Torture going to getting the majority of the farm. And I said earlier how his farm was struggling quite a bit, but a couple minutes later, it's now up to 330 gold per minute just about. And he has another 1,500 gold saved up. Portal Key now also purchased on Keeper of the Forest, by the way. So things are adding up very well here on the Legion side. In the big picture. Looking back at the Hellborn team, I mean, finding some positives.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like very hard for Hammerstorm to do his thing now that they all sort of have full momentum. I feel like there's so much AoE, so much ultimate potential coming out. I mean, yeah, they have Tempest ulti, yeah, they have Engineer ulti on the Hellborn team, but putting it all together, not nearly as easy. I mean, look at Deadwood. He jumps in, gets the root off. It buys time for his teammates. We talked about the lockdown. If he gets that combo off entirely, 4.5 seconds of disable.
Yeah.
The team tries to come back him up. That's when the Keeper of the Forest jumps in with his portal key now. Torture, long-range nuke with agonizing bonds. Gets one or two of those off. Rally coming to finish. This is very easy to put it all together, I'd say. They try to have to pick him off with the Pharaoh while they're staggered, maybe. Set a team fight up on their terms, but in general, it's going to be pretty difficult for Pika to drop this advantage.
Yeah. You got I mean, Scorpion here on temp is kind of an interesting build-up. It looks he's got the plated crucifix, but then he got a trinket of restoration randomly. Oh, a top tower push, but a lot of ports coming down here. Fuzi, is he going to initiate? He actually choosing not to just yet. There's the portal key. The mummy walls go up though. Well response from Feral. The offensive master's call. He dodges the call, or excuse me, the chain reactions, but it's not going to be much further after that. The compel comes out, and Pharaoh will eventually fall. Middle lane, that's an invisible Glacius, so looks like TPS Priceless here is going to be fine. They're going to go for a counter push, though, at least.
Yeah, dude, they have that glyph up. I was saying you could freeze and they can TP on top of it.
No, they just TP'd bot in, though. That's the thing.
Okay, they did. Yeah,
that should be a free tower kill.
There was, yeah, no, the only one that has a TP up, obviously, being Glacius. The rest of the team, as you mentioned, did mobilize down there.
So that was definitely a smart choice there from Cats Gaming, at least knowing that they can get a free tower kill.
Oh, yeah.
And they did, but still Pikachu having the better of that exchange, no doubt. Now it may be even getting better. Engineer going to go for the port. Yes, Room 409 will be successful.
Yeah, well played.
That's an odd name, by the way. Room 409. I wonder what is in Room 409. I don't know.
Maybe that's his apartment number.
It's very possible.
I mean,
it's probably something as simple as that.
Don't you want a name like?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? It's a song by a band.
Did you type it in or something?
I may have. I'm not gonna. I
heard
might
the
just have
typing
Google
going. Open up Google.
No. It's a song by a band, Bullet for My Valentine. Song named Room 409.
All right.
So, the mystery unveiled.
There you go. Well. See that ruins it now. I was fine living in suspense, and you just
I know.
had to
I thought
Google
it'd be some
it.
like creepy. Yeah, see, that's actually the problem with Google, man.
It kind of just disappoints you a lot of the time. Yeah. Oh well. So much for that. Pikachu, though, they are gonna all 5 of them. They're gonna push here as they really can. Of course, the advantages that they have right now, only being 18 minutes in the game, but this is no doubt an early to mid-game team, and they are really taking advantage of that. So, keeping the push up. Now, bottom tower was killed by Cats Gaming, so obviously, working slowly here, and you can argue that when it comes to the later game, I mean, they can start taking over. Granted, if that's maybe on even footing at the same time. So,
right.
You talked about how Hammerstorm is really struggling in this game.
Right. You look at that Hammerstorm Tempest combination. That's where you try to look to get maybe that burst potential and team fight, get that turnaround going. It just requires a total lack of footsies coming out from the Legion team. They'll have to get really out of position, clumped up for that Tempest ultimate. And right now, Tempest nowhere near a shrunken head at any point in this game.
Yeah.
Even if he does, there is the Keeper of the Forest to interrupt him.
Interesting pickup here. I love seeing it, though. Thunderclaw, just purchased on Master of Arms. I mean, we've seen this item before in this hero. It can be pretty damn ridiculous.
Yeah.
When it builds up in a charged hammer especially, so.
He's actually farming surprisingly well. I mean, I guess you should figure to get one up against Solo Rally, and they got the tower pushes going. But yeah, farming 350. This might be his chance to try a snowball.
Yeah. Yep, that's definitely a good key. And I always like to say, whenever you have a Tempest, you definitely have some hope. But as you mentioned, I mean, no portal. Whoa!
That was.
Did he forget that it works on creeps?
Shiloh Styles.
Oops. That was a little bit of a Misclick, I would think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Because there was no angle right there whatsoever. He's like, creeps, go invis quickly!
Right, sometimes you see it, like, they go in the one creep, sort of, like, hooks around you in front of you in, like, a major team fight. You don't see the creep, like, sort of just walks up in front because it got aggro.
He was kind of hoping they would, like, part, like, the Red Sea or something all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that was just a creep wave right in the middle of the lane that they were farming.
Oh, thanks for the entertainment, buddy.
Maybe baiting the push out. That's what he is. He's
yeah. Oh, totally. It was purpose, yeah. Totally.
He's baiting out this push coming up. He's like, oh yeah, this is our chance. I'm gonna use it and be like,
here's our chance to catch them. Wait, now we don't have a tool to catch them. Holy crap. Our plan is foiled. Oh boy. 1950 gold saved up on Hammerstorm, so he is getting closer to that portal key.
It's one thing they can use to hedge him.
Yeah. Definitely take advantage of that. Soul's Bulwark been sitting on Deadwood now for a while. You got Rally, he's had a bound eye for a little bit too. Mr. P's tanking up. He's got the Sacrificial Stone on top of that Tablet of Command, so he's trying to get pretty bulky. This middle tower, it's going to fall. Cats Gaming, you can argue, probably the smart move here. Not going to choose to defend it.
Yeah.
Knowing that their base is what matters at this point.
Yeah, they know that positioning is absolutely crucial to their team, and what a better spot to vie for than your base.
Mm-hmm. So Pikachu will just go. They don't need no damn creeps. They got their own in the animated trees. They're just going to go to the tower without them and start working at it. And once again, I don't expect Cats Gaming to initiate. They're not going to. So that's all outer towers now destroyed in favor of Pikachu, and you're looking at now a 10.6 thousand goal lead on top of an 8,300 experience lead here. We're now 21.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and once again, you're talking about Pharaoh. We talked about Rally having that free tablet. Even if Pharaoh gets the jump in, if he's too far ahead, gets the push back, get the counter stuns in, and see you later, Pharaoh. He's not exactly the tankiest hero right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got a B-star, so working on the helm,
yeah,
but
no vestments or anything.
Yeah, no vestments is big, yeah.
They're pretty damn farmed right now.
Oop, and Scorpion timing out there.
Well, they need Scorpion.
That's important.
That's the Tempest factor, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully going to rejoin here shortly. It does give us a little bit of time to kind of talk more about this event as a whole again. Today, it's obviously as announced, wasn't lying. As long as everything works out, we do have 2 matches here playing today. We got this one that we got covering. Pikachu, of course, taking on Cats Gaming here, and what in a sense is about $1,000 well, is $1,000 on the line. But then also, we got talk about a fun matchup next. Trademark Esports taking on Team Excellent. That should be fun, because that's, of course, a rematch of what was this Han Tour Cycle number 7 on Sunday, this last Sunday, where Team Excellent defeated Trademark Esports, knocking them out of this cycle. Completely unheard of, and definitely didn't expect it. But you could definitely guarantee Trademark Esports looking for some revenge there for many reasons. One, just to get the revenge, and two, there's a lot of money on the line. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a fun match.
Yeah, I don't know how TDM's feeling, but to me, it's always pride before money.
Yeah.
Even so, pride is a huge think factor in these games, and getting revenge and clearing your name.
Yeah.
Definitely important for them.
You know, Minus, he actually did an interview recently with I think it was Ghosty Gamers that I saw, I believe, from Fantasy.
Oh, yeah,
so.
that's right.
And, you know, he's kind of talking about, you know, the teams, you know, maybe been a little bit of a downslide lately and how they're definitely working on it. They're going over replays and, you know, they understand they're not as dominant as they were, especially right after DreamHack and everything in the beginning of Han Tour. And they're going to have to work at it. They understand that. So, you know, it's definitely good to hear that from coming from their team and their captain, of course.
Yeah, it's a responsible approach.
Mm-hmm. So, again, looking forward to that. That is set to start after this best of the 3, of course. Pikachu versus Cats game. So a fun day ahead of us, to say the least. And
yep.
It's just getting started. Scorpion has returned, so again, good news there. As you see, Cats trying to be a little bit sneaky, but they were right on top of Ward of Sight, which did just despawn, but Deadwood knows something's up here, so. And he's still hanging around a little bit, actually. He needs to be somewhat careful. Hammerstorm, oh, look at that, actually. Hammerstorm going to Soul's Bulwark. So did not go the portal key route here. What do you make of that?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it means he's just afraid to jump in because of the counter initiate being too powerful. Mm-hmm. They figure, much like how Pharaoh jumps in, he's going to get tablet. The guy's going to get tableted back, and then he's going to get punished. I think they're just hoping for overextension at this point.
Yeah.
I would like to say I prefer the portal key route because I do 90% of the time, especially for the follow up. I can sort of see his reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
but I still think Portal Key is more viable. But yeah, if they are just looking straight for that turnaround potential, combined with the Master's Goo, will give him a little bit more kill time. And if he's getting jumped anyway, then
Yeah.
not going to be the biggest of deals. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of physical damage threat as well from the Legion side, so, Soul's Bulwark always good for that. And Hammerstorm, no doubt, a hero that can benefit off of a Demonic Breastplate eventually, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in a sense, too, that's him saying, maybe trying to make it more a late game factor. And if anything, that will be more of a farming tool for him, too, so. To help enhance that GPM, which is struggling and continuing to do so. Only 220 gold per minute right now, but. His teammate in FF on this Master of Arms is still sustaining a pretty solid GPM, 350 just about, and he's got the Energizer on top of the Thunderclaw. Also picking up the Mystic Vestments, of course, so he's starting to bulk up somewhat himself.
Yeah. Interesting to actually see the Hammerstorm only sitting at level 9 and 200 GPM when he actually had a pretty damn good time in lane. They wound up killing that Torturer twice, I might recall.
Yeah, and I mean, you see his stats, so he's 0-4 and 2, so clearly. Other than those 2 kills on Torture, that was it exactly, and dying 4 times, it's hurting him, unfortunately. So, this game is obviously transitioning a little bit more of a slower time here, so we're now 24 minutes in, and right as I say that, Engineer might be in a little bit of trouble. Deadwood's nearby. Wrath of the Pharaoh could be used. I don't know about this, though. In fact, there's the return Falcon Punch on the Pharaoh. Deep in the Master's Call. Root comes out for the Keeper of the Force, though, nearby. Tempest running with a big Tempest Ultimate on top of the energy field. Down goes Deadwood right there. Keeper of the Force now. He's going to need to run away. Glacius is here, though. Energizer going off from Glacius, actually. And now the chase is on in favor of Pikachu. But I think Cats Gaming is going to be fine retreating. So that was scary for both sides, really. But in the end, that does work out for Cats Gaming. That was a big Tempest Ultimate there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Master of Arms not close enough there to sort of help finish off the Keeper of the Force. Also a call by the Tempest, but still, yeah, great play. Deadwood was on the hunt. Maybe they're getting a little bit bored there. They're trying to secure the map for a little bit. I think they're strong enough to fight whenever they want, but they don't want to potentially throw it. Now with Elemental Void down, Keeper of the Forest route, when we talked about the Keeper versus Tempest matchup, pretty much half the cooldown. If I were them, as soon as Keeper's ulti's up, I'd be like, okay, we got, at least over a minute to go make something happen. Let's do it.
Yeah. So we'll see if anything happens from this. I mean, obviously, their lanes are getting somewhat pushed up themselves, and so they're farming that out quite a bit. And Hammerstorm specifically is here in the middle lane, kind of cleaning it up, and he is starting to put levels now into that Mighty Swing. Of course, only level 1, so minimal at this point, but that'll also be a helpful farming tool as well for him. 15% splash right now. It gets up to 60% though, and we did see in that Orange matchup that I know you got a cast with Beef the other day, Orange versus wow, who was it? Afraid? Yeah, Orange versus Afraid. Yep. That was that game 3, I think, or maybe it was even game 2. But Hammerstorm WTF? Yeah, man, he ended up getting the Rift Shards, and there was a big Tempest Ultimate at the end where he just dominated the other.
Yeah, there's at least a couple of those. Yeah, where his cleave just killed like 3 heroes at once.
It could be pretty ridiculous when you get him farmed like that. So. A lot of fun to watch, and just like, I mean, they do have that combination, so who knows. Oh, middle lane, though. Falcon Punch, jump in, initiation right here. We do see the deep of the Master's Call, though, coming out on the Master of Arms. Follow Brood, however, and now the big Compel coming out. Master of Arms will go down. Engineer falls. Tempest going down. Pharaoh goes down. Or he is going down, I should say, as he's trying to run away, actually. Hammerstorm getting caught in the midst of it. He tried to go in and go man mode there, but Bow to Me will fall, so Cats Gaming, unfortunately, just falling apart here in this mid-fight. And it's a 4-for-0 exchange in the end. So Pikachu here is all of a sudden looking much, much better. And they're now going to start pushing into the base. So it might be coming to the point of Cats Gaming. The time is running out here.
Yeah. At this point, I think just holding on because they can more than anything, not because they're hoping for a turnaround. Wouldn't be surprised to see the game 2 approach here soon.
Yeah.
Well, they might make him fight for it though. Why not?
Yeah. Again,
this is your honestly, especially in a tournament like this is your one lifeline. It's single elimination. It is best of 3 series, but it is single elimination. You don't want to go down without a fight.
Yeah. Well, here you go. They're definitely putting up a fight here. Deep in the Master's Call, Engineer right there. Great energy field once again. Knocks him into it with the kicks. And Compel going to be used by Book. He is damn tanky, especially with that barrier idle. Barely alive for now. Can he actually escape? In comes the demoralizing roar. Nice rock grasp right there. That could be the difference maker. Engineer has a keg stun up. The turret's going to come out. Can he land this keg stun? It doesn't even matter. Down goes Rally. Boundai going to drop. And they do eventually push them off. Now, the damage was done in the end from Pikachu. They got the melee racks. Of course, that's what they came for. So, but Cats Gaming is no doubt going to hold in here, and actually, they're going to try to Ninja Kongor. I mean,
yeah,
Raleigh dead.
You know, they are working on Shrunken Heads right now, and when you're dealing with the Keeper of the Forest ultimate, I mean, it does give them a bit of a window. Torture is pretty farm, but not to the unstoppable point yet. I mean, I'd say it's right. They shouldn't be giving up yet. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No problem with it whatsoever. As you were even sitting there going into that fight, I mean, it's a lifeline, as you put it. That, especially for a team like Cats Gaming, they don't get a whole lot of international play, unfortunately. So, you know, when you're in a case like this, take the most advantage, and they're gonna get Kongor here. They're definitely gonna get it. Master of Arms will pick up the token, and pff, that's huge. I mean, no matter what the stats say right now, that no doubt gives Cats another chance here in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking now to see if Pika is essentially going to apply the pressure before the Shrunken Heads are finished. Because until that point, I still feel like they have a giant team fight advantage.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of that, I mean, Torture just finished one of his own in a Shrunken Head, so
yes,
that's, of course, big for a Pikachu there. They were trying to maybe catch somebody at the bottom lane, but not able to do so. So for now, Pikachu is going to start falling back. And so again, you get a recap here of where those Shrunken Heads specifically are at. You got both Tempest and Master of Arms working on it. Tempest, they both have the Mighty Blades. You got Tempest around 1,500 gold, 1,600 plus on Master of Arms. So it's coming up, but still a little bit of time necessary.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't see any hammer picked up for either one of those heroes, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Master, but probably not, considering he's sitting on 1,700 right now. Other major pickups, Deadwood getting near his Shrunken Head. Keeper of the Forest nowhere near a Restoration Stone at this point. Torture going to be a while before he gets any new pickups. We're looking at potentially a Portal Key on Rally. Oh, actually, I'm insane. Okay.
I love that. Right as you say it, he's like, right-click Restoration Stone.
Yeah, I should have seen he's building up the components, because, I mean, look at his gold per minute, actually. It's 400. It speaks to a lot more than a Portal Key and Astrolabe.
Yeah.
So, that being said, that's actually very devastating.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's a good luck Tempest, basically. Eating this, I mean, yeah. Even now, if he gets a Shrunken Head, it's not gonna be likely unless you do catch the Keeper, which of course is very rare, especially in this case. Raleigh says he doesn't want it, but he jumps in right here. Energy field is gonna be put down. Keeper of the Forest actually being locked down. The Tempest ultimate. Keeper of the Forest will fall. He got it for right there, but Keeper did fall. Deadwood's still alive, able to make his way out of there, as he is still running around now. Falcon Punch going to be used on Tempest in the front lines. Master of Arms going to go down. Of course, he had the token of life, though. Nice chain reactions right as he resurrects. But Cats Gaming, no doubt, has momentum right now in this fight. Deadwood's on the run. He's falling back. Keeper of the Force cannot buy back, so he is staying dead. And Hammerstorm now turning around with the rest of the team. So Cats Gaming, despite having the numbers advantage, they don't feel like they can take this right now. Rally in the front lines. They are going to charge back in. It looks like Cats got room 409 up there. You got a freeze on the Minotaur actually coming out from Glacius. It's going to be killed off by Master, though, and that'll be the end of the fight. So that was a big... The energy field screwed up Keeper big time. He jumped in with a portal key, but guess what? You're silenced when you do that.
Justice got laid down. It's a little bit of a blunder there, but also great timing coming out from room 409. Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't get any more follow-up kills, because they were looking very healthy in that fight. Just no portal keys, you know? Can't really chase down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're just talking about that, and actually, Resto Stone was used right there as well by Keeper, and that's a pretty big deal, because he didn't get off the second route, and in a sense that almost makes it worse now. That instead of just naturally waiting for the route cooldown, and then he would still have a Resto, he doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah, at least his route is up. Maybe he'll find a play to make right away now, while Tempest Elemental Void is down. It doesn't look. They're just going to the bottom lane, maybe gonna pressure the lane up, try to take the Ancients. We see right here, room 409, going to place a ward in the river. Gotta be careful. I guess there's no one too close to pick him off against the Illusion Rune.
Tempest Ultimate, of course, down for another 90 seconds here and counting, but he did finish at least the Warhammer, so... Or picked up the Warhammer, so definitely Shrunken Head on the worst. What do we see? Shrunken Head on Deadwood finished.
Shrunken Head.
Yep. A lot of those being picked up now in this game here, for obvious reasons. How about Engineer over here, man? This is your main support Engineer. You got, especially on the team that's been down for most of the game. He's managed to get a Talbot of Command and Strider's Power Supply here, so he's done pretty good, I would say.
Yep.
as far as his farm goes. Ooh, also look at this. Puzzle box being worked on Pharaoh, looks like. Interesting. Not an item we've seen in a while.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like it's been... We actually were talking about that not too long ago, how every time we see him, we're like, oh, it's going to be the barbed armor. Oh, it's going to be the hellflower. Yeah, going the puzzle box route, huh?
I don't know, though, because, again, especially on a hero that's struggling for farm, it's sure level 1 it's something, but you're really getting it for level 3, and that takes a while. So that's a interesting choice there, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, we see how much damage it's capable of doing, picking a hero off, but yeah, a little bit strange for the game, I'd say.
Big deal here. Shrunken Head just purchased on Master of Arms. No buyback, obviously, but really knows how important that Shrunken Head is. So,
well, Deadwood's going to be looking to drop him, as we saw the previous fight. He's got to be careful.
Will the response be quick enough? Can he be quick enough? We'll see. You got Deadwood off to the side. They do have a... Oh, no, that's actually the Hellborn's war to side, actually, over the ledge right there. So, not the best of vision working here for Team Pikachu into the base. But they're trying to find their jump opportunity. As you said, though, Master of Arms needs to be careful. Seems like he somewhat is, although kind of creeping up here a little bit. Again, needs to be very wary, though, of that jump. Because Deadwood and then the follow-up from Rally, I'm sure, and then Keeper of the Forest and really everyone else. If he gets locked down, which is very likely, then may not even be able to use that Shrunken Head, so needs to be careful. There we go, though. There's a Falcon Punch. Oh, a nice Shrunken Head from Deadwood coming out. Master of Arms will fall right off the bat, and that could very likely be the game, if anything. Pharaoh's going to get in the front lines with the good Mummy Wall right there, but he's going to end up falling. A beautiful energy field, honestly, coming out. Tempest Ultimate locking down Keeper of the Forest, and there comes Hammerstorm, but without Master of Arms, they just don't have enough damage. Keeper of the Forest barely surviving. Hammerstorm will fall. And now Pikachu gonna run into the base. Engineer gonna be picked off. Hammerstorm buys back, but again, it's just gonna be too little, too late. He's gonna be bursted down as soon as he jumps in. GG, well played. And I mean, you called it, Emperor. It simply all goes back to that Master of Arms right there, getting picked at the beginning.
Yeah, I saw him sitting right behind the tower. That's why. And I actually, on my own teams, I've played with people before. In matches I play, I've seen so many games end. Because of a very crucial hero just playing out of position inside the base.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot more to that game than just simply that last fight, of course.
No, of course. I mean, they were already down. It was looking pretty grim already, but...
It's just unfortunate for their sake that, you know, they still had a chance, and it definitely could have happened. I mean, we saw right there, with Hammerstorm especially, he was starting to put out some good damage. If he had Master of Arms with that Thunderclaw bouncing around with the damage and everything, I mean... There could have been some kills in their favor and perhaps hung in there a little bit longer at least. But Pikachu did play very well, especially earlier on. And, you know, coming out of the laning phase, it seemed like they really started to take off. You look back at really where it changed, and it was that mid-fight. The 5-for-0 exchange in the middle. The portal key on Deadwood completely caught them off guard, no doubt. And that got the momentum going for Pikachu, and you couldn't stop the snowball from there, really. So.
No, not at all. 7,000 golden experience early game. A little bit difficult to contend with.
Yeah. It can tend to be. So with that said, game number 1 of the books, Pikachu taking it here for the Sound Blaster Heroes League. But will Cats Gaming respond? Will they force the third and final game? Well, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We got game number 2 coming up. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
Guys, I'm pulling aggro. Heal! Heal! We got this! We got this!
Stop beating your hardware. Head to newegg.com for an upgrade. And for more tech videos, check out our Newegg YouTube channel.